Jessica believed her 5-year-old daughter, Danny, was an angry, rude kid who couldn't make friends and never listened. Danny did what she wanted, when she wanted, and didn't seem to care about the consequences. I honestly question if I even like being around her, said Jessica. Is that a terrible thing to say? Jessica wanted to feel close to Danny. She loved her. She just struggled to like her sometimes. It wasn't how Jessica wanted to be as a parent, but she wasn't sure how to break out of this cycle. Shortly into our work together, Jessica revealed that, as a child, she had always struggled to feel close to her own parents. I felt like an inconvenience to them. I even wondered sometimes why they had me, she admitted. Jessica summed up her childhood with one word: lonely. She'd thought that having a child would heal that loneliness, but now she had a child of her own and felt more alone than ever. It was no surprise that Jessica struggled to support Danny. She was still carrying some heavy emotional baggage from her own childhood, specifically the abandonment she experienced from her parents. And it was distorting how she saw her own daughter. The more Danny embodied the anger Jessica had for years learned to repress and deny, the more Jessica found herself rejecting Danny altogether. Jessica was locked in a cycle of loneliness and shame she desperately wished she could break, but she just didn't know how. It's so painful to think about, Jessica admitted to me, not feeling wanted. That's how I felt my entire childhood. It's something I never wanted my child to feel, but I'm doing it all over again to Danny, and I'm afraid I've already done the damage. Jessica was drowning in her own fears of inadequacy, which had been sown and grown long before Danny even existed. For things to really change with Danny, Jessica had to be willing to explore the trapped child within who felt too scared to make a fuss. She had to parent herself first before she could be a better parent to Danny. Listening to your inner child. How you show up as a parent is influenced by your childhood experiences, both the painful and the positive. This sounds simple, but too many of us gloss over the effect our own childhood has on our parenting style today. I get it. It can be extremely challenging to look back and recall what you went through as a child, and you might find this process really difficult at times. Be gentle with yourself. You're here to break the cycles of shame and parent your children with intention and connection. This is a noble effort. No matter how tough this road may be, I want you to remember that you're built for this. I'll talk a lot in these pages about your inner child. What do I mean by that? Your inner child is a psychological representation of your deepest fears and anxieties, as well as your unmet childhood needs. This inner child has been listening and learning since before you were even conscious of your surroundings. And it has picked up a lot of information, some that might not even be directly known to you, about who you are and what you require.